Okay, my good friends. Once again, trying to make light of the ominous situation we are in, which means that the whole Earth is so saturated with electrons, we are coming up with these kind of strange events. Overcharged atmosphere is causing these repulsion events. Again, this is not understood. You cannot understand any of this until you understand electron flood theory and how particles from space interact with our zone of our ionosphere, which is our outer layer of our atmosphere that is basically stuck to the Earth, and it moves with the Earth, and now it is so exploded out here that it's scrubbing so hard we're getting tornadoes and floods and hurricanes and desertification and all kinds of things, and the poles are actually shifting, and the Earth could very well flip its magnetic field. And if that happens, I don't know, all bets are off. I've been trying to think of, it doesn't look pretty to me at all. And the only way out of this is if we can get free energy like yesterday. And I mean, it got to be instantly. I'm talking totally instantly. We are in desperate situation right now. And that is why we are seeing these reactions, because the Earth can't accept any more electricity. We can't take any more. We're too high up. We got too many. We're out there gobbling up electrons like insanity. We have to move it down so there's not so much scrub, tornadoes, less hurricanes, less all of that events. The less scrub, the less intense. The more scrub, the more heat. The more heat, the more scrub. The more scrub, the more inflation. It's feeding on itself right now. It's a runaway train. And I mean, I'm talking instantaneously. We have to react. All right, here's the issue. Space is not a vacuum, not whatsoever. Everything is scrubbing through there. The Earth's atmosphere has expanded like a gigantic ball. So Earth is way down inside here. And this just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As it does, it scrubs harder and harder and harder. And it is literally level 3 solar storms growing shorter. The days are growing shorter for us. We are going through some dense space, and it's not only are we expanding our gases, we are going through a denser period in space because the sun is being affected. Solar storms. These solar storms are another reason they're interacting with oncoming space just as we are. All right, you know what the arm of the Milky Way is? We're scrubbing through what's in front of whatever we are. And then we have to scrub through the particles that are being ripped off the sun. All right, so this is basically what is going on with the Earth. We're down here. The atmosphere, let's say, is right up here. As we are just spinning and scrubbing through, as I just showed you, through the solar system, this is all being scrubbed, and that's what's called the ionosphere. Very, very hot because of the scrub, 2,700 degrees, only 100 degrees on the surface. So that's why we get that zone. Now, additionally, where the sun is radiating extreme amounts of particles, not only is it radiating, it's being scrubbed as it's being pulled through the Milky Way. Now, what is in front of the sun? We have no idea. If it's denser, the sun heats up. If it heats up, it gives off more particles. And we have to scrub through all of these particles just like the sun. If the sun is getting excessively, solar radiation, that means it's scrubbing harder. That means we'll scrub harder. Not only will we scrub harder through with the particles in space that the sun has to get through, we have to scrub harder through the particles that the sun is emitting at us. All right, so don't forget, we're on somewhere in here, in the Milky Way, on an arm of one of these spiral arms. Now, everything is spinning, obviously, and it's all going forward. Now, some places are going to intersect with a lot of dense matter, and some places are going to go into total blank space. I don't know where we are, but and we don't really have an idea of what is out in front of us and not. So, because we consider them all just little tiny specks of nothing out there. No, the whole universe is filled with particles of light. I've shown it a million times. Light are particles, absolutely no question about it. And they are dipole particles, which means we have to push them out of the way. The point being is if there's more particles to push out of the way, the more heat we're going to generate pushing them out of the way. Simple as that. Okay, my friends, you're hearing the dire, dire warnings of global warming and how we have to do something imminently. And I'm telling you right now, it's so bad right now. They have no idea, and it's getting worse and worse every day. Our poles are shifting. The Earth is literally slowing down as it spins. It has so much envelope wrapped around it. And it's actually slowing down, literally slowing down. And this is light accelerating. Not supposed to happen. I believe that's acceleration. One way or the other, it doesn't matter. This is light increasing its potential energy value exponentially. This is separation of the powers, and this is recombining of them, which means fission is the division, and fusion is when they come back together. And here is exactly what CERN is looking to find, is what we created, is that fission and the fusion. In between we have scads of energy. I believe we need to do a little research. But it is the muon and it is the electron showers, precisely what CERN, Fermilab, all of them want to see, Lawrence Livermore. Now I say this is what we can do, is to take that laser, which we did over here, shoot through the Venturi, make it accelerate, and then harvest this energy somehow. And again, this needs a little research. I don't have the answers for this. All I know is if we can get an increase in energy, and they claim this is a 200 times more energetic if you can break apart the black and the white, which we did. So if I'm going by their research, well, that's what it is. So if we can take and get even half of that, or even a tenth of it back, we still got an increase. So what are we going to do? We're going to be able to harvest it and put it through batteries and do whatever we want with it and use it as energy. That's the only solution we have right now, the only one, and this is all off-the-shelf components. This could be done in 30 days, or it's just not going to be able to be done. We'll know one way or the other in 30 days.